If you're like most people, I bet you think that Social Security is boring. It's not actually boring. There's some kind of interesting things about it. Today, I'm going to give you 4 things that you did not know about Social Security. There's a bunch of YouTube videos about Social Security. Heck, I've got a bunch of YouTube videos about Social Security, but today we're not going to talk about the normal stuff. And you're probably wondering if these 4 things can impact the amount of your Social Security check. You might wonder if it could help you potentially draw more money out of the system. Or you could be wondering if one of these things is something that you need to watch out for to make sure that your benefits don't get reduced. We've got all that and more, but stick around to the end, because at the end I'm going to tell you the story about Ida Mae Fuller. She's like the Michael Jordan of Social Security, the Babe Ruth of Social Security. She's what the kids call a GOAT. I'm going to tell you all about her, so stick around until the end. Did you know that student loan debt has increased 7-fold for folks over the age of 60? Not what you were expecting there. For folks over the age of 60 over the last 25 years. Right now, as of the last numbers I could find, $336 billion is owed on student loans for folks over the age of 50. Again, a little bit of a swerve there. We're not talking about the young kids here. If you've got federal student loans, whether you co-signed them or whether they're yours, they can actually reduce your Social Security benefit if the student loans go into default. Yeah, I know that sounds really harsh, but that's the way it works. If you have federal student loans through something called Treasury offset, when you start drawing Social Security, if those loans are in default, they can reduce the amount of your benefit. They can take up to 15% of your check. Now, they won't draw your check below $750 a month, but most Social Security checks are not that low to begin with. Now, this may not affect you, but believe me, this is going to affect someone that you know. $336 billion, a lot of money. Somewhere, folks have co-signed on student loans. They've taken out the Direct Plus or the Parent Plus loans for their kids with the expectation that maybe it wasn't going to come back on them. And when it does, and you're in retirement, you got big problems. You could be giving away 15% of your check. Don't let that happen. Don't co-sign student loans. On to number 2, if you've watched my videos, you know that you can claim as a spouse, whether you're married or whether you're divorced. There's the potential to claim off of a spouse or ex-spouse's Social Security record. Here's the thing that you may not know. The rules are very different on when you can do that. They kind of benefit the divorced spouse, really, and here's the reason why. If you're divorced but eligible to claim off of a previous spouse, an ex-spouse, you can claim off of their benefit once they're eligible and you're also of an eligible age, even if they haven't elected their benefit. That's not true when you're married. So when you're married, if you want to claim off of your spouse's benefit, they have to both be eligible for a benefit and 2, have actually turned on the benefit. They have to be receiving Social Security for you to be able to claim off of their benefit. That seems a little bit peculiar. I thought about it though, and here's what I came up with. Now, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. You let me know, but my thought was this. If somebody's divorced, oftentimes that's pretty contentious. It doesn't go very well. And so I could see somebody going like, oh, I'm really going to stick it to them. I'm not going to claim my Social Security so that they can't have any part of it. And that's not a thing, because once you're of an eligible age, whether you take it or not, they have the ability to claim off of your record if they meet the criteria. If you were married for more than 10 years, if you're not remarried and you're of retirement age, you can claim off of an ex-spouse. I've gone over that in other videos. Whereas if you're married, they've actually got to be receiving the benefit to be able to claim off of it. Easier to probably get them to do that, right? You just go like, hey man, go claim your benefit because I want to turn on Social Security too, and I'm going to turn it on off of your benefit. But different rules for married versus divorced spouses on when you're able to claim Social Security. By the way, folks, I'm Antonio Cibella. I'm a financial advisor who works with folks who are close to retirement, who are already retired. Social Security is a big part of that. That's why we're doing the video today again about Social Security. While you're at it, if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel. Come on back, check out some of our other stuff, because if you do, you'll get notified every time we put up new videos. On to the next one. You know that the later you take Social Security, the larger the check will go, and that stops once you elect Social Security. Did you know that there's actually a way to put the toothpaste back in the tube to get that benefit growing again by suspending your benefit and allow it to continue to earn delayed retirement credits and go back and turn it on again later? First question is like, why would you do that? And what I thought of when I thought of why you could do it is, well, maybe you have a great Uncle Rutherford that you didn't know that you had, and one day you get something in the mail. You know, the guy knocks on the door, why is the mailman knocking on my door? And you go and you got to sign. You get a sign because it's important mail. And you open it up and you get a letter from great uncle Rutherford's attorney. He passed away. You've inherited $2 million. You've inherited enough money that you don't need Social Security anymore, and you had just recently turned it on. And you go, boy, I wish I could undo that because now I could wait and get a larger benefit. You can. You have to be at least full retirement age, and then you can suspend your benefit. So you tell Social Security, pause, suspend it, and allow the benefit to continue to grow and go back and turn it on at a later date. You can do that without any sort of penalty. Now, you can do the same thing if you're less than full retirement age. So if you had taken Social Security early and then you get the great uncle Rutherford letter, you're not suspending your benefit, then you're doing something called a withdrawal of benefits. Different rules there. You have to have been receiving the check for less than 1 year, and you actually have to pay back the money that you had gotten, and then they'll let you, as I say, put the toothpaste back in the tube. They'll let the benefit continue to defer. If you're at least full retirement age, you can suspend your benefit anytime that you want and allow it to continue to grow if you feel that for whatever reason you made a mistake in electing the Social Security benefit. Now, what if you don't have a great uncle Rutherford and you need some money? And you actually need a little bit of a lump sum. You were getting ready to retire, you were planning your retirement, and something came up and you don't have the cash available. You go like, oh, I was really counting on that money and I need to get to a little bit of extra money. You can actually get a lump sum benefit from Social Security. I'll be honest, when I was researching the video, this one surprised me. The other stuff I knew about, I just had to kind of clean it up for the video. I didn't actually know that this was a thing, and I found it when researching Social Security. You can elect a lump sum benefit one time by retroactively claiming your Social Security. So you go backward 6 months and say, I want to claim my benefit as of sometime between yesterday and 6 months back, and they will pay you a lump sum equal to the checks from that amount. Now, there's a couple of rules to this. You have to be at least full retirement age when you're electing, and you lose the deferred retirement credits for that period of time. So if you decided to turn it on at 67 because turns out you just needed to get to some money, you can retroactively claim as of age 66 and a half, and they'll send you a lump sum of 6 months worth of payments based on your value at 66 and a half, and that's now your Social Security amount going forward monthly, but you get that one-time lump sum when they start the benefit. I've held you off on Ida Mae Fuller long enough. I know that you're just dying to find out what the deal is with this lady. Here's the thing. Ida Mae Fuller was the first ever Social Security recipient, and she beat the pants off of the Social Security system. She paid in $24.75. Period. That's the total amount that she paid. She paid in for 3 years, way back when it was starting. Fast fact for you, Social Security started 1935 was the Social Security Act that was part of the New Deal, part of recovering out of the Great Depression. They created some of these social safety net programs, including one that would provide supplemental retirement income, the Social Security system. Ida Mae Fuller, first person ever, she received a benefit. She paid in a total of $24.75. Her first check was $22.50. Guess how much she pulled out of the system? Well, Ida Mae Fuller lived to be 100 years old. Not making this up, you can Google it. She lived to be 100 years old. She pulled out over $22,000 from the system. She pulled out, I think it comes out to 975 times what she originally put in. So we always talk about beating the Social Security system. How can you draw out more money? When should you elect Social Security so that you can get the most out? Ida Mae Fuller is the GOAT. She is the one who pulled the most out, and we can learn from her. If you want to learn how you can pull the most out of the system for you and how to do that math and figure it out, you can click a video that we've got about it. I'm going to put it up right here. Go ahead and check it out and learn how you can potentially maximize your own Social Security benefit.